Hey there, I'm a professional musician in Houston, Texas, and I like to use Canva Pro to make parody flyers to advertise my gigs. So for this particular one, I thought it would be funny to get a compliment from somebody and then have it immediately taken away. So what I had in mind is to find a female, let's go ahead and grab her image, grab her. And then have her give me a nice compliment, and then she drops the boyfriend card 2 seconds later. So let's remove the background. And so let's add some text there. Let's go with something to match her hair. So we'll have this say, I love your voice. And then we're going to have a reaction picture. So I'm going to have an image of me happy, and then over here, let's duplicate that. Let's change this. And here comes the the bombshell. So does my boyfriend. Womp. Exclamation mark. And that's when we want to leave the room. Just kidding. Sort of. Oh, let's do this. And what I want to do is put a little box around that. So let's add some other elements here. Let's make, let's do this first. I've been playing music in Houston. I actually got my start playing in Austin when I lived there many years ago. I was playing in some various rock bands for no money, but having a great time doing it. Let's turn this color to white. And then when I moved to Houston, that's where everything sort of changed. And instead of doing original music, I started switching over to doing covers and actually getting paid to do performances, and sort of never looked back. And it also meant that I didn't have to wait tables anymore, which is actually a lot of fun. Everyone that works in restaurants is always super outgoing and fun to be around. And you have what do you call it? Like everyone is working together to take care of those crazy ass people that are waiting. So there's some good camaraderie going on. And we want to add another square behind that. Let's change that color. I started doing these flyers maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, like really kind of getting more focused on it. But I would say within the past 3 years, I've really gotten into having fun and putting my own personal touch to just to make something unique, something other than the normal flyer. Like, hey, I'm playing here from this time to that time, and that's sort of what everyone does, still does, which is fine, but I try to put a little bit of humor behind it now. So I want to take this and group it and duplicate that. I think I've done about 500 flyers, and they started off pretty basic, and then they got more and more complicated and ridiculous as time went on. We're going to make this a little bit smaller. We're going to make this one smaller and this one a little bit larger so the joke hits a little bit harder. At least that's the goal. If you have any questions about the design process, I'm not really explaining anything. I'm just kind of showing you my process of talking out what I do. So, all right, so now, yeah, but just leave it in the comments. I mean, assuming that one person out there in the universe is going to watch, this. So now I thought it would be funny to do my reaction pictures here. So I'm going to find guitarist sitting in a chair. On stool, maybe. And we're going to, let's see, let's not get, I'm going to swap their face with mine. So let's get one that doesn't have a lot of junk in it. Canva has a lot of tools to remove the extra stuff we don't need, but always trying to find the cleanest picture I can just to make it easier on myself. So I wonder if we can use this picture. There might be some licensing issues that I'm just going to pretend like I don't know about. And let's get rid of his mug. Let's see if this is going to work. All right. That way we can add my bald head. Bye, friend. No. Okay. And I've taken a lot of these reaction shots of me smiling or being grumpy, happy, serious, or whatever, sad. And so whenever I need a reaction with a different, emotion, I can just go to my catalog of ridiculous pictures and find something that'll work. So let's flip that around. All right, let's brighten that up a little bit. Actually, let's brighten that image too, because we really want it to pop. So let's go to one of these filters. All right, that's good. And then let's brighten up my face a little bit. Okay, she could use a little brightening up too. Old red. If you are watching this and you do some design stuff, let me know in the comments what kind of design you do. I'm always interested in following and learning from a lot of the different content makers out there. All right, so we need to double this because we're going to change this reaction to sad, because as soon as we hear, so does my boyfriend. It's like everything is just like, ugh. And let's add, maybe we can add a microphone. There we go, that looks good. Let's brighten it up so it stands out a little bit more. Now we need to fix this image. Goodbye, happy face. Now we need a sad face. So. I got so many ridiculous images here. And I don't see the one I want there. So I'm going to have to scroll, I think, all the way to the bottom. I had a lot of fun doing flyers during Halloween, and a lot of friends said those were some of the best ones that I've made, so I'm glad some people appreciated that. I do it because it's just fun. It's just a way to express creativity, my personality, and I'm not afraid to make myself look stupid, clearly. You know, I'm not finding the face that I want. I could use that. All right, let's go back up here. Maybe just this one will be enough. All right. I remember the night I took that picture. Oh, God. So we're just get this cropped. This picture I put together because I made a flyer to advertise a Christmas gig, and the whole theme was Charlie Brown. So I tried to make my best Charlie Brown face. So this is what I came up with. I know, it's ridiculous. Whoops. I try to remind myself that this doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, once you shrink it down into the picture, these little details aren't very noticeable. I look pathetic. But I promise you I was laughing between takes. Okay, now let's see. Let's brighten it up a little bit. Just make it just a little bit clearer to see. Okay, that's good. I always like to make the heads bigger than normal just to add some humor to it. Like if you make it like that, then you look like a bobblehead, which I'm not trying to do. But there's a middle ground between something that looks like a normal head size and then just a little bit larger to make it look ridiculous. Like this can be just a little bit bigger. See, that looks better. And I think this is good. Let's turn it a little bit. I like to make a lot of jokes at my own expense. Some of them are where I'm bald, and then or other ones are that I'm single and try to work them into my show flyers. Okay. And this can be a little bit more like now I gotta adjust the other one. All right. So what else can we add to this? We can add we could put like a little sort of meme heading on top. We'll turn that to black. And we can call this Single. What? I'm such a terrible speller. Single musician life. Group these together. Actually, let's change this to white. And then the background black, so that really has more of a meme vibe. And sometimes I will just leave it like this, and whenever I post it on Facebook or Instagram, I'll write up top where it is I'm performing. And then other times I will add a little space at the bottom of the flyer, and I'll put my logo, like I'll show you. Nope, that's the wrong area. I'll just take it like put it at the bottom. That way I'm making a joke, but I'm also promoting my gigs. And anyway, so there's a silly little show flyer. I can also add a venue name here. But if you have any questions, please leave it in the comments, and hope you've enjoyed watching. And if you care to subscribe and like, that would be great too. Thanks a lot.